Welcome back to Good Morning, LaLa. Nothing better to get our thoughts right or entertain us through some podcasts and a show. Haley Ringo is in the house. She is the founder of Landed Late Nights, a podcast and a show, right?
Yes, it is.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So it originally started out as a podcast, and the whole idea, calling it Landed, was to, people landing in LA, landing these jobs where they came from, where they are now, and where they want to go. And so started out as a podcast, and then I realized that I wanted to, my dream job is to have my own late night show with a live audience. So I was like, I'm just going to create it myself on YouTube. And so, yeah, we launched October, and it's been going great. Yeah.
So what is your personal landed story?
Right.
Yes. Okay, so I'm from Texas originally, and then moved to Nashville for a super hot second, and then moved to LA. And honestly, I have done photography for 7 years, so I've been a photographer for a long time. And then moved here, and I think subconsciously, I always knew that I wanted to do entertainment. I just didn't know it until I really got here and met people and had conversations. And then, yeah, through living here, maybe for 6 months, I met a woman, and she asked me, if you could do anything and not fail, what would you do? And that's what started this whole thought process and how I came up with Landed.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Love that.
So that was your answer right away. You knew what you wanted to do when she asked? Or?
Not right away. So like I said, I like to wake up and have prayer meditation time, and so that's actually how I came to that idea of Landed, was through meditation. I sat in my room for an hour and made 6 different categories of finances, career, relationships, X, Y, and Z. And in the career category, I realized I basically wrote out late night host without realizing that I wrote out late night host. And then I was like, okay, that's obviously what I want to do.
But landing in LA is not easy. And you make it sound like you've had a GPS the whole way through, but let's be honest, it can be one of the hardest moves anybody ever makes. When they pick up, they leave their friends, their family,
Most people
their
crash
jobs.
land.
It's hard to find your neighborhood, to find your tribe. So what was that honestly like for you?
Yeah, no, so you're so right. Honestly, it took me a year to find a solid friend group, and living in LA and not having friends is really difficult. I would say it's impossible, to be honest, because, it can feel really lonely even though there's a lot of people around. But yeah, I think once I found community, it kind of changed the ballgame for me, and that's, I feel when things started picking up, and I, really could connect with what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be and my purpose. And so yeah, but it was initially really rough. Honestly, though, I feel there were a lot of blessings that God gave me that that made me feel not so alone. But yeah, community is the biggest thing.
Right. So today we've been talking a lot about social media and how it's hard to not get jealous sometimes and get kind of oh, they're doing all this and what am I doing? And how do you deal with that?
Well, I'm a pretty blunt person, so I would say typically I love you guys were saying earlier about just kind of brushing it off and trying to not tune into the negativity. I personally won't respond to it either, or I'll vent to one of my friends about it. But I don't think I agree. I don't think feeding into it and just responding back with anger is going to solve anything. And then I think also being around people that are uplifting, that love you and can support you, and will tell you hey, that's not true about you, and this is you're amazing, you're great, whatever, is really important. So again, community is very.
I got a feeling the meditation and prayer helps a lot
Right?
too, huh?
It does. It does.
What is your practice like? What do you do when you meditate, when you pray?
Yeah. So I'll wake up in the morning and I have, it's called Simple Habit. It's this app. It's a meditation app. And I'll, turn on one. There's so many different ones you could do. So I'll do that just to kind of get my head in the right space. And then I honestly will just sit in prayer and talk to God about whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm thinking, or I'll journal my thoughts, things that I want. I really believe in the power of our words and the power of what we speak out. So.
Well, and there's power also in the pictures that you take. As a photographer, let's talk a little bit about that. What your mission is, your vision.
Yeah. So I've done photography for a long time, and I think what I realized is that I don't necessarily love the art of photography itself, but I love people and I love connection. So I love showing that through my work, and I like to show a lot of emotion, a lot of movement, and document just who the people are and what rings true to them. And I think once I realized that about me loving photography because I love people, that's when I realized okay, that's why I want to be a late night host. I just love people. I just want to hang out and chat all the time. So.
What makes for the best picture?
I think when you're capturing moments and people feel. So I shoot a lot of weddings, and I think I love doing that because I literally can go in there and shoot docu style and just capture moments that they'll, you know, cherish for the rest of their life.
So if somebody is wanting to do that, because we're all trying to capture like the perfect Instagram post, that lifestyle moment.
Yeah, lifestyle.
The one that incites jealousy.
Yeah, portrait mode. Exactly. Like, what are some of those moments we should look for?
I mean, I think people love story, right? So like, if you're just sitting there and you're like, you know, this is all you're doing, it's not going to probably bring as much engagement. So I feel like if you're trying to go for like Instagram and getting a lot of likes or getting a lot of engagement, you want to have a photo that's going to have movement, that's going to have emotion, that's going to be like have some sort of story to it. Does that make sense?
What about the lighting? Is it better in the morning or is it better like in the evening?
Yeah, it matters. I would anytime like early morning or evening, because you don't want there to be like harsh shadows unless that's what you're going for. So yeah, like the soft lighting.
So that's like the magic hour?
The magic hour. Or you can just come and be on this set and have this. And that's a whole nother ballgame.
So tell us about some of the guests you've welcomed to your set on Landed Late Night.
Yeah, so I had Tank on. He's an R&B artist. He's phenomenal. He's so funny. I have hair in my mouth, so I can't get it out. This is live.
There you go.
But he's super fun, super down to earth. I had a girl on her Instagram handle is Average Fashion Blogger. She's a comedian. She's hysterical. If you guys don't follow her, you need to. Shout out, baby girl. She's great. She basically just like is a blogger, but she wears like sweatpants everywhere she goes and Crocs. It's really funny. Yeah, and then
what do you think is a good interview?
When people are just relaxed and can be themselves and are fun, or if I can, you know, I try to bring that out of people too. I try to get them to be relaxed, and so if I can be myself, then they feel like they can be themselves too, and kind of let their hair down and, you know, relax.
Yeah, I love it.
You're clearly having fun on the show.
We have a lot of fun. That's Christina Kirkman. She used to be on All That as a child. She's a hoot, y'all. We literally met on the dance floor. And that's how we became friends. And I was like twerking or something, and she was doing the same thing, and we were like, yes, this is happening.
This is Landed Late Night.
You were going to be on my show.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. So
That's cute.
she did twerk in Trader Joe's for the show. It was great. I'm surprised they didn't kick me out, to be honest, but not yet.
I mean, you're doing some wild antics all over town.
Yes.
Where are you coming up with these ideas?
My head. I do this stuff like all the time in my own spare time just for fun. And then I was like, I should just put this on YouTube or like in videos and stuff, and then I should try to get my guests to do it too. And some people are down, others not so much. But yeah, the ones that are down, we go all out.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anything specific you've learned from doing all these interviews? Anything like life lessons that you've learned that you just didn't know before, but now you feel pretty clear? And
yeah, I mean, I knew this before, but I don't think it really hit home is like you can't do anything alone. Like no one is self-made. You need people helping you that believe in you along the way.
Perfect time to shout out our connector, Jennifer Lynn Callahan.
Yes,
Thank you for
we love you. You are an angel. I'm like, this moment. But yeah, she's incredible. She got me on the show. So
all right. So tell people where they can find your show. Podcast.
So it's on YouTube, and it's called Landed Late Night. And yeah, just if you type in Landed Late Night, Haley Ringo, it should pop up. It will pop up. And yeah, so it's on YouTube right now, but the goal is to have like a full live audience one day. So that would be ideal.
That.
Yeah.
Manifest that destiny,
yes, girl. Here we go. Let's get it out.
Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, La La Land.